Greetings, welcome, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you for choosing to spend a few minutes of your day with me, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and today we explore this very unusual attack strategy that combines Hog Riders, Miners, and Bat Spells. And we take a look at how this attack got named by none other than Jensa in the live streams. And so just looking at it on the surface, obviously, this is an unusual attack, kind of a strange composition. I didn't think it would really work. It's been incredibly effective, and homies BAE. So just look at the letters. Obviously, I think that Jensa probably named it just off of the first two letters of each. Hog Riders, Miners, and Bat Spells. But, and it's a big but, if you take a look closely at all of the letters in these troops and spells, it completely spells out the words homies BAE. So actually kind of cool the way it fits right here, and there you have it. So this shall forever be known as homies BAE, Hog Riders, Miners, and Bat Spells, and it's a relatively simple attack. It's also kind of spammy, so it's not the worst for players that are looking for something cheap and easy that doesn't require a lot of preparation or even, I hate to admit it, even a lot of thinking. Well, okay, it doesn't require a lot when it comes to the troop deployment, but spell timing and placement, yes, for the 1,753,264 time STAP, that makes all of the difference in this raid. So you just kind of slap down your hogs and your miners and your heroes and the siege machine, and then the heal spells and of course the freeze spells for the bats are critical, and that is usually what makes the difference at the end of this attack. But we will go over it. And yes, today, of course, is Gem Fix Farm Max That Rush episode 64. I realize it took me a couple minutes to get there, but that is right. This is the quote-unquote rushed account. Well, it's the rushed account that now has maxed out offense, which does feel pretty good. And actually, I've been using this recently in order to do friendlies with my own accounts. And this has been very helpful because now anytime I need, I can attack a maxed out defensive base with maxed out offensive troops. And yes, okay, so this was a clutch 3-star right here, as it was just down to the king and the queen, and they almost didn't make it, but they just barely got through and took it out. And yeah, lots of loot as well. So a 3-star, massive amount of loot showing up, and again, Titan 1 right now. And here we go. Okay, so the progress base that shows where we are as far as upgrades. All of the builders are unfortunately tied up right now. Which, yeah, well, you can probably see where we're headed with this, right? We have 700 gems left, lots of loot, and no builders. We all know what that means. Lots more gems on the way, and a little bit of pain for Galadon's wallet. And oh, speaking of pain for my wallet, yes, of course. So we've got this account, the maxed out account, and the Gem That Rush account. So now, every time that packages show up in the shop, you can pretty much triple the amount that they're going for because, yeah. So anyway, hey, now would be a great time while I go ahead and purchase some of these packages. If you don't mind, gently tap the like button. Don't smash it, don't hit it, don't bash it, just gently depress it one time for me if you would, and that would help out a lot. Now, how does it help? Actually, believe it or not, what happens is YouTube, if they see a video with a lot of likes, they may show that video to more viewers and potentially could get more views, and that helps out, okay? So, all right, you know what else helps out? Yeah, that's right, 430 gems on some mushrooms. Okay, that sounded kind of wrong, but what I'm saying is, yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we've gotten into this tradition of clearing an obstacle to free up a builder, just out of the fun of it, I guess, or the craziness. And so there, we have a free builder. Now we're going to need some gems anyway, because I've got tons of loot today. In fact, I think I've got a rune of gold to use as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to free up builders repeatedly. I haven't taken any time off of this account recently to go ahead and let all of the builders free themselves up. So almost always we're left with 0 builders, and that's the exact same case today. Okay, checking the status on the gear up for the mortar builder base. And yeah, so no. Not going to gem that. Level 6, but we are getting there. We're close. It's not going to be much longer, and we'll be complete on the builder base side as far as gear ups. And then over here, I just decided at this point, it's sad looking at all of these traps and bombs and mines that need to be upgraded. So we went ahead and just went through a couple of these, just one set of the bombs to get them all one more level. And that's level 6 for the bombs, except for this bad boy over here. He's already level 7. And we're going to go ahead and finish him off. So that's the first bomb that gets to be maxed out. And that means, wait, I guess there's some mine. No, yeah. Okay, let's just kind of put the bomb over here somewhere. Because, yeah, there's some mines, but that's about it. We haven't done much. The boring stuff, it's been sitting. So we'll get to it eventually. Seeking air mines. Now we need to spend 2.4 million gold. Because what we're going to do here is empty out the gold completely. There it is, down to exactly 0, so that we can use that rune of gold and get the maximum amount of value out of the rune itself. And then we'll have 12 more million gold. We can upgrade some other defense, and yeah, we're gonna have to gem. But hey, oh, wait, what? I thought I just had 14,000 gems. We're down to 11,000. It's funny how when you've got a bunch of gems that you use them carelessly. It's kind of like the old saying, money burning a hole in your pocket, the gems burning a hole in the bag. How do you keep your gems? How do you store? Anyway, okay, so we got a cannon upgraded, and now we're down to 3 and 3. Not too bad, looking like it's getting clean over here. And yeah, okay. So we've got another 2.4 million gold. So we're going to get down to exactly 0 gold again. Once again, we don't have a builder free. This may be the all-time record. This right here may be the most we've ever spent on clearing an obstacle. And oh, hey, we leveled up, level 152. Hey, what level are you guys anyway? Let me know. My main account, by the way, is 231. And obviously, 152 kind of just shows how painfully rushed this account was. And of course, the use of a massive amount of gems to get it recovered rather than just straight out farming. Okay, so here go a bunch of walls. We got 5 new wall segments going down as well. That leaves 67 level 11 walls. The number shrinks every single stream. And where are we going next? Oh, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just show you. No, we're not. Hold on. Yes, we are. Okay, I'm so confused. I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes. Oh, yeah, so what I was trying to show you guys here was the fact that this was the first raid I found. This was go out into multiplayer and look for a base to hit, and boom, virtually 1 million in loot right here, right off the bat with a very typical base, and we are going to throw Homies BAE at it one more time. Now notice, this is no pushover base. This is a well-designed base with active heroes. And Homies BAE, I'm telling you one more time, we're going to take a deeper dive into this strategy today. And we'll let you guys, those of you that want to watch these attacks, can watch them. Those of you that don't, I'll let you fast forward in a couple of minutes here. But for now, hey, stick around and watch these Hog Riders roll right into the core. And the miners, I generally tend to just forget where they are. I don't even know where my miners are, so I'm throwing up random heal spells and just kind of hoping that things are working out right here. Maybe they're going off to the right. Warden ability, trying to time it just right, so as the town hall goes down, the Hog Riders and everybody else will be safe. Wait, okay, that's way too long. That's gonna hurt. Okay, yeah, well, bye-bye barbarians. It looks like the hogs survived, but the barbs definitely got pulverized by the Gigabomb. Hog Riders moving on, and then we drop the bats. And notice, by the time we drop the bats, there is nothing left virtually all the way around this base, but at least for the first half of the bat's flight. There are no splash damaging structures anywhere near these bats as they're going to rove through this. I've got a pair of freeze spells remaining. Bottom of the base right there. Look at that. X-Bow, Archer Tower, Wizard Tower freeze right there. As the bats close in, we drop that last spell just in time, and the bats will turn into cleanup units and take out the rest of the space. And check it out, one solo Hog Rider helping out right there till the bitter end. Now the bats are done, no more defenses, and they are on their way to clean up. And what do we have? There you go. It turns out we got a couple of miners left, and the Barb King, the Grand Warden have survived. And sure enough, that's right, the 3-star is on the way. So I don't know. It's funny because this is time and time again. We've done so many episodes where we are seeing that maxed out troops in almost any combination are going to overwhelm these bases, right? Not maxed out bases, but we will try maxed out bases in a couple of minutes. But these, middle of the road bases, when it comes to spell timing and placement, you can win with almost any army. And we have seen that time and time again on my Facebook live streams. If you're not checking them out, you should. fb.gg/Real Galadon Gaming. All right, I have a couple more good examples of Homies BAE, including against maxed out Legend League War Anti-3 bases But if you would rather just fast forward to the status report, then you may. It is at 17 minutes and 30 seconds of the video. For those of you that stuck around, thank you for being true #Galadon members. I love you guys. Okay, here we go. This is basic Homies Bay. The miners start out and they kind of clear the outside structures. They do a little bit of funneling for the Hog Riders, but it's kind of sloppy funneling. They just go all the way down one side of the base, from like 12 to 9 in this case. Then the Siege Machine, the King Queen, the Warden dump in. Then the Hog Riders pour in. And generally, I send in the Hogs almost right on top of the Siege Machine and the Heroes, so that that one rage spell can be soaked up by all of those units that are rolling towards the Town Hall. Then the Hog Riders, of course, continue on their merry way, not necessarily targeting the Town Hall. The Heroes get there, the Warden ability, the Miners are still out there somewhere. I've lost track of them, I don't even know. And then after the Town Hall goes down, I dump the bat spells, very carefully watching where my units are and where the splash damaging defenses are. I have a limited number of free spells. Sometimes I've used one in the core to keep the Hogs or the Miners or the Heroes alive. In this case, just one right there on that Wizard Tower on the right hand side. But that's all we needed, because as you can see, the Hog Riders are rolling in on that last Wizard Tower, and the bats, they've overwhelmed as well. So this synergy, this team partnership between Hog Riders and bat spells, it's an unusual, it's an unlikely couple, but they do so well together. The Hogs are so quick, they get in there, they oftentimes will distract those defenses, and the bats, well, they just annihilate. If you can keep them up, if you can keep them away from the tornado trap, away from wizard towers, multi-target infernos, they are going to be your best friend. All right, let's move on, and I'm going to show you now Homies Bay attacking a fully maxed out anti-3-star Town Hall 12 war base. This was Earth's base. If you remember Earth from last season, also from an episode I put out a couple of weeks ago, this was the base he was using as the #1 player in Legend League. So we decided to, well, we went risky here. Obviously, going opposite the Town Hall is not a great idea, but notice all of the wizard towers right here. 4 wizard towers and that Eagle Artillery, the multi-target infernos kind of in this pathway right here. So the thought was, can we get these down and then maybe the remaining army will get all the way through this base and take down the Town Hall? Normally a risk I would not take in, say, CWL, even Clan War or Legend League, but right here, as the Warden ability goes off early, notice we usually save that also for the Town Hall. The units are getting through the core, and I have not touched the bat spells until right here. And again, notice we've gotten almost all of the splash damaging defenses out of the way. Galadon fails to freeze the Wizard Tower, and I let the Wizard get 2 shots off. Now, had I frozen the Wizard Tower sooner, does this attack go better? Quite possibly, and I think it would go better than it did here. Now, you'll notice that the Archer Queen does actually somehow, miraculously, get to the Town Hall as almost the end of this attack. She still has her ability. She uses it, and the Town Hall goes down for the 2nd star, finally. So no 3-star from this, but, and I'm not going to say it's a big but, I'm just saying but, it was a solid attack. Okay, I'm happy with high 70-something%, and especially for going against this base, I think that this attack did surprisingly well. Homies Bay, I'm tempted, I got to admit, I'm tempted to use it in Legend League. Now here's another example against a player in German Elite that had a maxed out base. Now, obviously, there was no Clan Castle, I believe, in this attack. I went with the ultimate act of confidence one more time and went opposite the Town Hall, just like we had done in the attack against Earth. Miners go down, just spam them with multiple fingers. Then I send in the Heroes and the Siege Machine right down the middle. And then as we get rolling, I don't wait very long and the Hog Riders move in. So this way they can benefit from the Rage spell, but also from the Warden getting into the core right here. Balloons, okay, that was not a pleasant sight to see. The balloons are going to absolutely wipe some stuff out. So I decided the best thing to do here would be to freeze them, let the Hog Riders and Miners move away, and hope that the Archer Queen would get there and take them out. Sure enough, that worked out pretty well. And now the bats come in from the right-hand side. Unfortunately, of course, we have a Town Hall to deal with. Luckily, we did have a single target Inferno and no Wizard Towers on the right-hand side. So although I knew the bats would get some work done, I was pretty sure that this was not going to be a 3-star. I was just happy to see right here. Once again, units closing in. This time it's the Hog Riders. Despite the tornado trap on the Town Hall, the Archer Queen trying to get there. There's a P.E.K.K.A, there's the Warden. There's the Warden's ability as the single target Inferno focuses on our Archer Queen. She gets through, and although she can't take down the town hall by herself, the P.E.K.K.A.s and the Grand Warden do the trick. Last breath right there of the P.E.K.K.A, and we grab the second star, and now we are up to over 80%. Surprisingly, over 80% with this attack. Okay, now earlier in the attack, I remember now, I said there was no CC, but there was a CC, folks, right? Okay, so Galadon not completely losing his mind. I was just trying to say, you know, hey, this isn't the best attack ever. It's okay, but it's pretty darn good, I gotta say. I'm surprised. And credit goes to none other than Stephanie M in my live streams for coming up with this strategy. Again, Stephanie M devised it, Jensa named it, and Galadon implemented it. So there, this attack wraps up, and sure enough, 89% 2-star, another solid number, and huge raid numbers as far as loot gained. Gotta love it. Okay, let's wrap up the last attack of the day. I'm gonna show this at 2x speed. I'm gonna talk at 4x speed just because we know that this attack is gonna be a 3-star. Now, this isn't Homies BAE. This is actually Queen Charge Hog Riders. This is probably my favorite attack right now, even though I like P.E.K.K.A Battle, I like P.E.K.K.A Smash as well, and I like Homies BAE, and I like a couple of other attacks. This is the attack I'm using most often in Legend League because I feel like it's getting me the most 3-stars, and I don't think that you should probably be switching up attacks when you're in the middle of a Legend League day because maybe you're gonna get confused or I'll get confused, but that's nothing to do with age. I'm just saying that people can get confused when you switch up attack strategies too often. Now you can see with this base that this is one of those bases where the town hall is in the middle and we can't really do the normal funnel where you're going to get into a U shape or something like that. We have to send in the Archer Queen and kind of hope that the heroes can go in here and kind of V up. They're going to go V to the left, V to the right, and then the Hog Rider is going to be able to come down the middle because you can see we're going to clear enough defenses on either side of the Hog Riders just go straight to the town hall, even though the town hall doesn't activate until we pass 50%. And that's why we're bringing the Earthquake spell just in case something like this happens, even though in this case, as the Hog Riders move in, you can see that we are going to get to 50%. We're going to drop the Earthquake spell, and we're going to drop a Raid spell and Heal spell right in here just to make sure the Hog Riders survive to get to the Town Hall. And the Warden is close enough that we can use his ability right as the Town Hall goes down. That's going to prevent any damage from the Gate Bomb as the Hog Riders move through. The heroes have done their job. They're gone. That doesn't matter because the Hog Riders now are going to work their way through the rest of the base. And that is going to be the end of these defenses here, even with a free spell I didn't really need. Lots of Hog Riders and the Grand Warden still there. A couple of Wizards. Now we have the cleanup troops. And here's the problem. I almost always drop all the Wizards in one spot. And this leads to a time fail so often for me that I get super frustrated and then I don't even know what to do because I just keep dropping the Wizards in one spot like I think that are going to get wiped out or something like that. I need to spread them out a little bit wider and then I'm running out of time. And here you can see I've got a few buildings left. I don't have that much time, but it's going to be close and not that close because Galadon is actually going to pick up the 3-star and another raid down in the books. So yes, Queen Charge Hog Rider is still my favorite army, even though Homies BAE is awfully awesome too. Okay, let's move on to the status report. Take a deep breath as we review the amount spent today. It was steep, 112.97. That's going to bring the grand total to, brace yourselves, $4,548.40. As far as gems spent today, man, a lot slipped through my fingers. 5,600. Time spent, 2 more days of raiding in this episode, 188 hours and 45 minutes. And for my next goals, more fun armies, let me know. Stop by a live stream and give me advice on what you would like to see. And of course, I will try to yander some slickards. Okay, thank you guys as always for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You're the true hashtag Galafam. I hope you guys did not skip all that fun. Get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind to people, animals, and easy on the planet. And I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon! Galadon! No more caffeine for you, sir!
What you talking about, Peter?